Bye. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Happy Wednesday! It is July 1st, the first day of Camp NaNoWriMo. And I got my little buddy right here who stole my chair, so I'm sitting on the floor. It's a sitting on the floor kind of day. So, if you didn't see my announcement for Camp NaNoWriMo, I will link it in the cards above and also in the description box below. And I did want to give a quick apology to MARISA MOHI. We are collaborating on a bunch of videos this month, but I just didn't mention it really during that video, so my head's a mess right now. So I wanted to state that, and we're also doing some live streams, which I will link the dates and times below so you can set your reminders for those live streams. We're going to be doing word sprints, which is a lot of fun, especially during this month. Also, apologies that you may be seeing me in various states of in comfy clothes this month because it's pretty much all I'm wearing now. I don't really wear makeup, I don't really do my hair. So yeah, if that offends you, I don't know what to say. So as I said in my Camp NaNoWriMo announcement video, I am writing 50,000 words this month, and I'm writing about 2,173 words a day. I think it's a little above that, but it's a couple words over that, so I'm not being super good at the maths right now. So I did that this morning. I got, I think, about 2 extra words, and then I wanted to get that video up. So I've just been really late with everything. I've been really focused on my story, and that really comes first every day. So I'm gonna try to stay on top of it throughout the week. Little mess. You licking? I am really excited to get back into my writing vlogs. I haven't done them for a while. I just haven't really felt up to them. Also too, I haven't really been writing that much throughout the last couple months. June was the first month that I've really started getting back to a schedule, and I wrote 40,000 words in June, which I think, bye. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. She decided to join me down here. So I wrote 40,000 words in June, and that was like a really big revelation for me. I joined up with a group on Facebook and really was able to get inspired by it. So because of that Facebook group, I've been so inspired to keep writing, which kind of pushed me into wanting to do Camp NaNoWriMo. And MARISA was so nice to ask me to do some collabs with her. I always love doing collaborations with her. I like chatting with her about different ideas and what to do with our channels. So my schedule is mostly just writing in the morning. If I don't write in the morning between 5 and 7 and get my word count, I get kind of cranky because I don't know what my days look like because I am home, I'm caring for kiddo and trying to keep this house good. We're not really going out anywhere other than for essentials and kind of keeping to ourselves this summer, which is unfortunate, but it's something that we have to do to keep everybody in our lives safe. So in terms of these writing vlogs, they're going to be a little bit of a mishmash of what I'm doing throughout the weeks. I'd like to do one for every week of Camp NaNoWriMo because I always love watching people's writing vlogs during camp. So in terms of my writing process, if you're curious, I'm an outliner in case this is the first time you're here. So this book has been moving very quickly for me because I outline my book, but I'm also very much open to changes while I'm writing, and I've been updating my outline as I go. It's kind of frustrating to me sometimes when I do change it and I'm like, oh, I want to go back and fix the entire outline, but I'm really holding myself back and I'm sort of really just moving forward. That's what I like to do when I do my drafts because I tend to fast draft. I mean, this book will be done in less than 2 months. So when I get my outline, I just go. If things need to get changed along the way, I will just move forward. I have a little top document in my Scrivener files that I put read this, and it's something that catches my eye every time that I go into my into Scribbler, and it is just where I put notes of things that I want to happen in the future in the book, or as I'm writing, if things get tweaked, I put my notes in there for make sure to include this. It's just little things to remind me about the trajectory of the book, which prevents me from going back and looking at the outline and wasting time fixing that when I should just be getting the story down and then be able to fix it during the editing process. So that's my process for now. It's been working for me okay. So as I said, I'm done for the day. I may or may not take you along with me. I've been trying really hard to get back into reading, so I may do a little bit of combo of a reading vlog as well, hoping that I can stay accountable for everything. And also I have an upcoming paperback and audiobook launch for Barefoot on the Beach, my most recent women's fiction release, so you're going to come along with me for that as well. So I hope that these are fun for you to watch. Let me know in the comments below that you're here. Come say hi. And also I have an unboxing for the Scribbler box, which I'm going to put in right here. Hey, so today I have another Scribbler unboxing. Scribbler is a subscription box made just for writers by writers. So I have a bunch of videos on my channel about other unboxings, which I will link below if you want to find out more about the company. But I'm going to dive right in. So this is the June 2020 Scribbler box. So let's dive in. Right away here we have our postcard here. It's a Scribbler writing contest. They have this every month, and this month is write a short scene that starts with a quiet character moment before plunging into action. Remember, action doesn't have to be a door being broken down, though that counts too. So if you fill this out and share it on your social media, you have the opportunity to win a prize from the Scribbler team, which I think is awesome. And the first thing I see here is a little notepad. It says future bestseller on it, and there's a bunch of them, and they're not sticky, but they're little pieces of paper that you can jot down ideas on, stick them in a notebook, stick them on your corkboard, put them in your wallet, I guess, your purse, for any opportunity to write some ideas down, which I think is very cute. I always love getting office supplies in my Scribbler box. Next up is tea. This is Soiree tea, and it is citrus caramel tea, naturally calorie free and caffeine free. So this seems like it is loose tea, as you can hear. So I would have to figure out how to do loose tea if I wanted some for myself, but this is pretty cool because I know a lot of Scribbler boxes include coffee, and there are a wide variety of writers who drink tea or coffee or neither, so I think this is a great addition. Next up is this little package right here. I'm going to open it so we get a closer look. And this appears to be a writing map. This says write around the house, prompts and story ideas, which is very interesting. I've never received anything like this before. So I'm going to open it up. So this is the full map. It is front and back. And basically it goes to different parts of your house and it gives you writing prompts, which I think is so interesting. If you're out of ideas or if you're looking for ideas, you can use this map to spark some inspiration. There's a little card here. It says, welcome to the world of writing maps. Writing maps are devised to inspire writers of all levels to create fiction and autobiographies, short stories, and novels. Our writing prompts and story ideas are devised to help you transform people, places, objects, and memories into stories and make the craft of writing fun and relevant to your life. This is so cool. I think it is so inspiring to have this. I want to check out one of the prompts. All right, this first one that I just saw first is in the bedroom. It says write the story of your bed, how you came to own it, who you shared it with, what you like about it, what you change. Write about what you can see from your bed. Where does the light fall onto it? Write about memories of waking up. Beds you've woken up in, people you've woken up next to, a fantasy about waking up. Then write about the bed you were born in and a bed you witnessed someone die in. That is a lot of story ideas, so very cool. If you're interested in learning any more about writing maps, I will link their socials in the description box below. So next up is the writing passport. These are in every one of the Scribbler boxes. So basically the Scribbler team and the author, usually of the book inside, talk about pacing and ways you can create pacing in your novel. And every month there is a different theme to the box. So I'm not going to take a look inside just yet because I would like to see who the book is first. I always like a little bit more of a surprise in my subscription boxes. Next up is another one of the Scribbler favorites, which is the publishing process inside look. And it appears to be a query letter. I always love looking at other authors' query letters because I'm hoping to query my more recent WIP, my work in progress, and I always like to see examples of people who have won over agents with their queries. And on the back here is a little spoiler card for everything inside the box, and also the theme for July, which is conflict, which I love. And next up here is a button. It says tell your story. I really like that. I love buttons. I have so many bags that I put little buttons on that I just adore, so I'm excited to add this to my collection. And another Scribbler favorite is a exclusive chat, which is only given to subscribers. So basically, once a month they have these chats, and if you subscribe to the box, you get a special link for the chat. So this month is senior editor Eliza Swift, and she is senior editor of children's and young adult books at Source Books. So that's very interesting. So we log in that day and you can take part in the chat, or you can watch it at a later date, but only if you subscribe will you get the link. And finally, the book. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Little Creeping Things. I actually was a CP for this book for Chelsea. That is so awesome. I need to go back and look at the passport because I assume that she did something on pacing. That is so awesome. You need to read this if you haven't read this yet. It is a young adult thriller. I'm so excited to have a physical copy. I do have an ebook of this book because I have been trying to lower my collection of physical books, but I'm so excited to have this. And also, they usually have a signed book plate, which is adorable. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to have to message Chelsea about this, and a bookmark as well. Ah, that's so exciting. So that is the Scribbler box for June, and if you're interested in checking out more about the Scribbler box, I will link them below in the description. Also too, if you just want to try out some of the products from the Scribbler box, or you just want, say, the book and book plates, things like that, you can check out their store. And what I think is fun is that if you put $25 or more of their products into your cart, you get free shipping, which is great. And if you are a subscriber and you want some extra goodies or things from boxes you've missed, you can add them to your subscription and they ship them in your next box, which is an extra surprise. So that's all for now, and I'll see you soon. So I hope you enjoyed that Scribbler unboxing. Scribbler is my favorite subscription box because it has all of the writerly goodies, and I'm so excited to reread Little Creeping Things by Chelsea, my critique partner. So I'm so excited for that. She was very sneaky and kept that a secret. That's all for right now, and I'll check in with you soon. Hey, good morning. Happy day 2 of Camp NaNoWriMo. I have to be a little quiet this morning. It's 5:30. I just woke up, have my coffee. I'm about to jump on sprints with my friend Katie. We do that about twice a week. We jump on in the morning and work together on our books. I am so tired. I know I always talk about getting up at 5, but it is never really easy. I tried to go to bed early last night, but even when I do, it's just hard to get up. So yeah, I'm gonna have my coffee and I'll hopefully get my word count for the day. If not, I'm not gonna think about that. I will get my words done this morning. I'll check in with you soon. Hey, so it's a bit later. I am glad to say I got my word count for the day. It was a little bit of a struggle, and not in a crazy sense, nothing that I'm not used to. I had this setup that I wanted to do and it just wasn't flowing properly, so I had to do a little bit of brainstorming in between. In Wired for Story, which I will link to the book club chat that we did a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I have no idea about what time it is anymore. And also I did a review on it. There was a line about creating setups within your story and making sure that you either create a setup and follow through, or you don't put it in, and if you don't feel like you can follow through. So I've been just keeping that in my mind while I've been writing, while I've been drafting, and I want to make sure that if I can do as much as I can right the first time in the first draft, then even better. So I was creating a setup and I caught myself and I'm like, am I gonna continue this setup? If I continue this, is this gonna have a thread? And it wasn't going to. So long story short, I figured it out. So we worked until about 8. Kiddo was happily in front of the TV for a little bit while I was able to do that and chat with Katie for a little bit, which is always nice. I like catching up when I can with her. So I'm in my workout gear. I'm about to do a workout, making breakfast for Kiddo now. If you're interested, I've been doing the Heather Robertson 12-week workout, which makes me very sad because I'm on week 12 now. I'm on day 4 of week 12. I have one more day left, but that also means that I've been in quarantine, lockdown for 12 weeks because I started almost a week after we were told to stay home. So that makes me really depressed, and we have many more weeks to go until school starts. So yeah, I feel really good about that. At least I know that I'm getting my body moving during the day, because it's very easy for me to forget and just sit around. And when Kiddo is doing stuff, it's a lot of sitting for me, unless we're outside obviously and playing, but when it's inside, it's tough to keep moving. What did I do yesterday? So with my contract for Barefoot on the Beach and Wrapped Up for Christmas, I am allotted 10 author copies of any editions that come out, so paperbacks, and as my paperback release is on July 9th, those 10 copies should be coming to me. So I always allot one copy for me, obviously. My mother-in-law, who are huge supporters of my books, my beta readers. I think I just had 2 this time, so those will be given away. And also, I usually like to do giveaways at some point, but I also allotted it for Meg Latore, her Cyborg Tinkerer pre-order giveaway, and also Jenna Moressi's The Savior's Sister pre-order giveaway. So those copies are pretty much gone at this point. So, oh, there's the toast. So what I did yesterday is I ordered more copies for myself from my publisher, which I've never really done before, and it was a little nerve-wracking because my publisher is in the UK, so I wanted to make sure that I paid the correct amount. I told you, maths, they don't work for me. That's something bookish I did yesterday. I'm also almost done with Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I'm buddy reading it with my buddy Julie, and I love all the creepy vibes of this book. It's really reading very quickly for me, which is a great thing because, as I said, I'm not reading a lot lately. I've just been in a bit of a slump, so I'm really enjoying that. So that's all my bookish stuff for now. I guess I'll see you soon. Hey, happy 3rd day of Camp NaNoWriMo in July. It is late in the day. I did not have a chance to check in earlier, but I've been a busy bee today. So this morning started off on a little bit of a rough patch. I have found that since being home after lockdown and sort of figuring out my schedule with work and writing, Fridays are just not very productive for me. I always sort of find some distraction. I'm tired. I usually wake up a little later. So I worked from about 5:45 to 7 this morning, and then I was burnt out. I had about 700 words left to hit my word count. So I just sort of left it and tried to figure out a time to work. I went about my day. I did my workout. It was my last workout of a 12-week program with Heather Robertson, which was was quite an accomplishment. It was hard AF, but it was good. So I accomplished something at that point of the day. But even without hitting my 2,173-ish words, I was able to hit my halfway mark with the book. So I hit over 45,000 words because I'm hoping for 90,000. If it's a little bit below or a little bit above, that's fine, but I just want around 90,000 for my first draft of this novel. And I also got something really, really fun today. So if this is the first time you're here or you haven't caught up on some of my more recent writing vlogs, which I haven't really done in a while, I'm not sure if you can hear drumming, but if you do, that's my kid right now. I got my rights reversed on my debut trilogy. It's young adult paranormal. I published it with Carina UK, which was an imprint of Harlequin, and that was before we moved over to HarperCollins to be HQ Digital. So in my contract, I had a certain amount of time in between when I could ask for my rights to be reversed, which basically means that everything is reversed back to me if I meet certain stipulations, which I did, and that basically means I can do whatever I want with these books. I am no longer publishing them with my publisher. So I did something a little fun, just like I did with Barefoot on the Beach. Obviously this is not a paperback copy. This is a first draft that I created a new cover and printed it out and made a ton of notes in it prior to editing. I wanted to do the same with my debut trilogy because I'm in the process of possibly self-publishing them. I don't think it's going to come anytime soon, but I would like the opportunity to be a hybrid author, and I think this is a great opportunity for me because these books are already done, but because they were written more than 7 years ago, I want to really dive into this process. I want to do some editing, obviously new covers, and I want to research the process of going into Kindle Unlimited or going wide and different price points. Do I want hardbacks or just paperbacks or audiobooks, things like that. So there's a lot to consider, but I had to sort of step back when it came to writing my thriller. I really wanted to get it written and submit it to agents, and I think there's going to be a process of waiting in between there where I want to look back at these books and review them and edit them and things like that, but I really wanted to get my thriller going so that I can keep moving forward with my traditional publishing and then doing the self-publishing thing on the side. So I unboxed myself a little trilogy right here. So these are not anywhere near final covers. I made them quickly in Canva and they're not super fantastic, but I did have a lot of fun with the formatting process, which I use one of Natalia Lee's most recent videos, which I will link below. It is so great. I have bookmarked it. I created an Excel spreadsheet from her process just so I'm able to do the process myself. Thank you so much, Natalia, for the way that you walked through this process. It was so easy to go through and fix for myself. So here's the first book, Soul Taken. I'm keeping all of the original titles for now. I don't think I want to change them because I really love them. So I did sort of like a smoky thing here, and on the back it's just the blurb from when it was published. Soul Possessed, which is book 2, and Soul Betrayed, which is book 3. So it was funny, I found this picture online of this smoke, and it was like sort of a blue moving into blue pink and then like the real pink here. They just reminded me of the covers that I had before. They just really were fun to create, and I think I am going to do either a vlog or a video sort of looking back on this trilogy and reading it 7 years after it was published, which I think will be really interesting and also very scary because I am the type of writer who, once a book is published, I don't go back and look at it because my inner critic is just too hard on myself. So since I have audiobooks now, I think I will probably at some point, after giving it enough time, I will listen to my audiobooks, but I don't think I could ever like sit there and read a paperback because I would just go nuts and want to change everything and feel really bad about myself. So anyway, back to my thriller. So since I was so behind, I connected with a friend of mine and we did sprints this afternoon. I was so gracious to my husband for watching kiddo for a little bit so I could get that done, and I'm actually ahead of myself on where I need to be. So I readjusted my word count a little, but it's not by much. And I was thinking about it too, the fact that there are a lot of sprints happening at night and on weekends that I would love to join in part of the community, and I found that today it was really, really nice for me to feel like I'm ahead and if I could keep that momentum going, being ahead of myself a little bit would just be fantastic. So since we're moving into the weekend and I'm ahead of myself, I am going to wrap up this writing vlog here so I can have it nice and edited for you to watch on Monday. So if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like because it really helps me out. I post new videos on Mondays about the writing process and all the bookish things, so be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell next to it so you know the next time I upload, and I'll see you soon.